Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make these worm on a string candy charms, toys, fidgets, I don't know. What bugs me the most about these is that no one adds them to a string. They're the shape, but there's no string. So that is how I'm going to be showing you how to do it today. We will do the extra step of adding the string on if you want. I fear that a lot of y'all maybe are too young for these, maybe. But the whole point of these are just, you know, to play with them, you know, and do the thing, you know. So, I don't know. Regardless, let's just get started. Materials. You are going to need 40 inches of a non-stretch string. If all you have is stretch string, that is a-okay. You are more than welcome to use it. But just know that it might smoosh in on itself, and as per usual, I always put a little clip for our newbies. This is what happens when you use stretch string on ladder stitch projects. Again, I am not saying that you can't use it. You are more than welcome to. I just want you to know that yours might not turn out like mine. For today's video, as per usual, you guys know my favorite. It is ribbon, which I'll put a link to that in the description below. You're going to need 47 pony beads if you are following along directly with me, and 2 of those are going to be for the eyes / black bead. You can make your candy worm as long as you want or as short as you want. It's up to you. But for my folks who are following along with me, we're going to go ahead and take our 40 inches of our non-stretch string and we're going to go ahead and get that cut out. But for the folks who are following along with me for the exact measurement, you guys are going to take your 40 inches of your non-stretch string and we are going to fold it in half. To get started, on one side of my string, I'm going to add 1 bead on, and on the other side of my string, I'm going to add another bead on. And I'll go ahead and let those drop just a bit. Now we are going to take one side of the string, it does not matter, and we are going to weave it in to the other bead below. Direction is very important here. We want to determine which way our string is sticking out of. So for me, it's sticking out in this direction. So that means I'm going to take the other side of my string and I'm going to weave it through this way. I'm not going to weave it through this way or else it's just going to come undone. I'm going to take my string and I'm going to weave it through in the direction that my string is sticking out of. And I'm going to take my string and I'm going to kind of pinch it together just like this so it can stay even on both sides. I'm going to pull that bead all the way down until we look like this. For the rest of this project, it does not matter which side of the string you start on, just so you know. So if you start adding beads onto this string and weaving it through, and then you decide to switch over to this side and weaving it through, it doesn't matter, it's all gonna look the same. I'm gonna take 1 bead on one side of my string, and I'm going to take the other side of my string and I'm going to weave it through, again determining which direction our string is sticking out of. It is sticking out in this direction, so I'm going to take my other side of my string, I'm going to weave through in the direction our string is sticking out of, and I'm going to pull that down. Now we don't need to really worry about pinching our string to make sure it stays even. This piece here is going to anchor that in for us. On one side of our string, we're going to go ahead and add on 2 green beads down one side. I'm going to take the other side of my string and I'm going to weave it through these 2 beads on the side that my string is sticking out of, and I'm going to pull. And on one side of my string, I'm going to go ahead and add on 1 black bead or the eye bead, 1 of the green beads or the body colored beads, and adding on another black bead onto the string just like this. I'm going to take the other side of my string, weave it through those 3 beads going in the direction the string is sticking out of, and I'm going to pull. Now we are going to continue a pattern of 3 going down 9 more times. And nothing has changed. We're going to add on 3 beads onto one side of our string, taking the other side, weaving it through in the direction our string is sticking out of, and pull. And we are going to continue this now 8 more times. I'm going to go ahead and complete this until we get to the last row, which is going to be technically the 9th row. And I'm going to keep filming, but you guys are welcome to follow along with me. Alrighty, I went ahead and finished my 9 rows of 3, and now we're gonna move over to doing 4 rows of 2. So nothing has changed. Instead of adding 3 beads onto my string, I'm just gonna add 2. Gonna take the other side of my string and weave it on through. And we're gonna go ahead and now complete this 3 more times. All right, I went ahead and finished my 4 rows of 2, and now I'm gonna do 4 rows of 1. So the same thing except for 2 beads. I'm gonna add 1 bead, and I'm gonna now do this 3 more times. Okay, I went ahead and added on my 4 beads, and my friends, we're almost done. I'm gonna take one side of my string, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to take my string and I'm gonna weave it underneath of these 2 beads, or in between these 2 beads, I should say. So we should look something like that. I'm gonna take this tail, I'm gonna pull it through that loop that we've just made, and this will begin to tie off our worm. Now I'm gonna take the other side of my string and I'm gonna weave it back through this bead here, but I'm not going to pull it all the way or else it's going to untie what we just did. I'm gonna take my 2 tails, I'm gonna tie them together, and once they are crisscrossed, then we can pull it all the way through. And I'm gonna do this one more time, just gonna tie it off. And I have 3 ties done. I'm going to take one side, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the excess string here. And I'm gonna take the other side of the string, I'm gonna weave it back through the bead. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna pull so that it'll hide the knot for us. I'm gonna take the other side and trim it. And my friends, you now have your very own worm, but he's not on a string yet. So for my friends who want to make a worm on a string, we are going to take some string. I'm going to use clear elastic just because it's part of the illusion. And for this part, it doesn't matter. I know you guys are going to ask, how much clear string did you use? I'll give you a measurement. 8 inches. But in reality, you can use however much you want. I'm going to take this string and I'm going to weave it through the top of my little worm's nose, and I'm just going to take it and tie this on. To start, I'm going to go ahead and take both sides of these tails, and I'm going to tie it together about 3 or 4 times. Now, for stability reasons, just because I find that plastic string can come undone really easily, I'm going to take my string, I'm going to kind of pull this up a little bit. This is going to kind of create a gap, and I'm going to take my string, I'm going to weave it through there, and then I'm going to take that string through that big loop that we've just made, and I'm going to do this about 2 or 3 times. I find that this helps anchor in and secure our knot. And all I'm going to do now is cut off the small tail, and now, officially, we have a worm on a string. Look at him go. It's not the greatest worm on a string. The OG ones are very soft and fluffy and they don't weigh as much, so they're able to weave in between your fingers a lot better. Alrighty, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helping anyone who is looking to learn on how to make a worm on a string candy guy. I still don't know what to call this. If you guys have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave them in the comment section below. Your feedback really does help this channel grow. I'm gonna go ahead and also put my email up here on screen. Sometimes you guys like to send me pictures of the things you make when using my tutorials, and I like to put them at the end card of the video. Alrighty, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.